Hi guys, today we are discussing another important topic is in Spring Data JPA. It is a ID generation. It is important because in MySQL, suppose if you want to generate ID automatically, we have to use ID generator in JPA. Now we will discuss in first of all it is a theory. After we will go to the practicals. Okay, these are the ID generators in JPA. Okay, first of all. Uh, In Spring Data JPA ID generator, there are five types: generation type identity, generation type sequence, and table, and auto, and UUID. And and another important is we can generate it automatically. Okay, I will show in MySQL. 1 minute. Don't worry, I will provide the notes also. Okay, here you can see it is ID generation. Here I generated it automatically. Okay, it is a random access custom generator. First, okay, and you can understand this. See, it is ID generator. ID generator is increment automatically. Okay, in database, it is increment automatically like this. Don't worry, I will show it in practical way. First, we will discuss in generation type identity. What is generation in identity? If anybody can tell, if anybody know, tell me in the comment box. Generation type identity. It is a database feature like auto increment. Don't worry, I will see it. Auto increment. It is in MySQL auto increment, and it is MySQL identity in SQL Server. Mainly, it is used for generation the identity numbers in SQL. Numbers are unique in ID. If anybody has know the database and MySQL, like this, we can generate it automatically. Here you can understand what is the advantage of generation type identity. Listen guys, in interview it is very important. Every interview will ask this. What is this? How we can use in real time projects, and you have to explain everything in detail. Advantage. It is very simple to use, and no manual ID. Here I say it is automatically generated. Who can I generate it automatically? MySQL. You do not worry. Database guarantee unique IDs. Ideal for MySQL. Yeah. Database generate ID automatically. Users auto increment MySQL identity SQL Server. Don't worry. Auto increment I will show it to you. Mm, see guys, it is auto implemented. Okay. By doing the practical code, we can understand. If anybody my voice is not audible, you can tell me in the comment. I will change it in a better way. It is disadvantage. Depend on database, specify identity, and auto increment support. Immediate insert is required to obtain the generated ID. Here you can see the example. If anybody has knowledge in Spring Data JPA, they can understand it better. Okay, example, it the identity employee ID. By using generated value strategy, generation type identity is used. When what happen internally when you save it, an object is created, class employee, EMP new employee, and it will allocate to the name alias, and it is automatically saved. Who generated automatically SQL queries? Is anybody know? Hibernate. Hibernate generate SQL similar to insert into employee name alias. The database automatically generate ID equal to 1. Okay. Here the important interview questions. Who generate primary key in generation type identity database? Eh, Before I said only database is the responsibility of generating the primary key automatically. Which database use generation type identity? MySQL and S2. Can we assign ID manually? No. In interview, you have to say no. We cannot assign the ID manually. Why are bash and set less efficient with generation type identity? Hibernate must execute is insert immediately to retrieve generated ID before continuing. Is anybody know what is the which strategy is most commonly used with MySQL generation type identity? Say it is a code you can explain in IntelliJ. Okay, first we have to go to this website Spring initializers and here we have to go to this column. You can give it any name also. Do not worry. Here and I am adding the JPA and Spring Data JPA and MySQL because I want MySQL dependencies everything, and another I want a Lombok. My previous video I explained about Lombok. It is to reduce boiler code. It is mainly working like getter and setter to Spring as code. It will eliminate all without adding this getter and setter. Okay, I think it is generated. Let's go back. Two files are generated. I will extract it. Mm. And here I will give a column, I mean folder. Here. And I am opening IntelliJ. You can use Eclipse also, but IntelliJ is very beautiful. I like it. and I am opening this folder. You have to understand the way clearly, guys. Okay, load, and you see the dependencies are added, and MySQL and Lombard and Spring Data JPA started. And I am creating a model. I want three packages. And I will add the database properties here in application properties. If anybody have knowledge on Spring, they will understand. Okay, I will create it. Firstly, I will create a student entity class. Okay, okay, I will make it as entity. Don't worry, guys. It is analyzing. It will make automatically. Do not worry. Okay, I don't need any constructors. Okay, I will explain it. Internally, they have some constructors, and I am saying all are constructors. And you have to understand it very clearly. Getters, getters, that okay, okay. See, guys, I got a okay entity. Okay, guys, firstly, I will delete all this and another of no, okay. Here you can observe and okay. This all is boilerplate code. It means it is repeating everything, and I don't want to this much of code. I cannot remember. You cannot remember this, and you can write it. It's a simple. Okay, at the 8 data and get set to string. It is all equal to this data. It is the 8 data. And let's continue. And yeah, I am adding the ID, and here I am adding the generated value. Don't worry, guys. I make it very clearly in the PDF in Google Docs. You can check it from it. strategy. Here we are discussing about identity. Okay, private long ID I given, and importantly I make it as student because we creating the student only now. Here we can here we have to understand the standard Java standard. First it is first letter it is you can understand it is very small. After I make it very big because it is Java standard. You have to understand it very clearly. Interview also they can ask, okay, string name, okay. In interview they can ask what is integer and you have, okay, why we have to write a integer. You can write int also. Okay, it is also better. And actually we have to understand what is integer and what is string. Okay. Integer can store 0 and null, and but int can store only 0 but not null. What happen in database now? If you write, they will permanently store 0 only, not 1. But I want two values in database, 0 and 1. That's why I write the integer. No problem. You can go it to deeply, you can understand. Okay, let's make a positive class. Everybody have to understand why I wrote the interface because JPA is it is a repository. It is interface. You don't need. Okay, I will simply write a class. Okay. See what they given must be either declared abstract or implement abstract method. They need JPA repository. No interface accepted here. It means JPA is the interface, guys. Okay. It, the Yeah, and I will make it as empty because no need to write. After I will make a component. Here we have to implement the application and we have to provide one. Okay, let's see what is the method. Why I will. It is very important in ID generator. In interview also they will ask, so better don't neglect it. In the, here we have to make annotation auto wide. Okay, let's understand. Let's say I will save student. I make a method and I will declare it in private. Okay. First we have to make it as Spring component. How we can make it is Spring component by using a create component. Okay. Mm. And student I am declaring here it is a object. Student s1 equal to, okay. Here you can see it is a student data. Let's go to the MySQL. Let's close it. In tables you can see there is no data of student, but after I am executing this program you can see the student data. See, I getting the setter getter. How I am getting by getting this set the 8 data. Okay, I want I want to set the name. You can declare ID also, but we want to automatically generated. That means I want to name. You can generate it. You can execute of your giving your own name also. Okay. Okay. It's one. Okay. I got 555. Now I am adding one more data. Okay. Executing this data, Hibernate will execute the queries and select update insert. Here you can see in the console, Hibernate internally execute the SQL queries. No need to write the queries here. Okay, let's execute this. It is a shortcut. No need to go to the main method. To the application properties, which is very important. We say guys, it is the application properties. It is a boilerplate code also, but we have to write it manually. And I am writing it is a copy and paste. We have to give to the method learn Java daily. Okay. It is name. all clear. Okay, let's execute this. Okay, we are enabling, okay, Lombard annotation. See guys, Hibernate is creating the table, and you can see the data. Okay, if it's, I got to the student data, but I got null values. Why? We will see. Because we are not saving the data. That's why we are getting the repository dot save looking at of s1 comma s2. Sorry, I want dot. Now I want to import this. Okay, don't worry guys, I will make it clear. Okay, okay. Now you will get the data because I want to save it s1 and s2. Okay, first we will see the data of Hibernate. It is creating the data automatically table. After creating they are inserting two data. It is student 1 and student 2, and you can see it in MySQL. Okay, see, I'm not generating it ID automatically. You can see in the data in the code program. See, I am setting it manually. No, database is giving automatically ID generated 1 and 2. It is a practical code. You have to. Everyone must practice it. Now let's now okay. Now we will discuss another table. Okay, another generation ID dot sequence. It is also important in that we have to use okay MySQL and Oracle SQL and PostgreSQL. Now generation type sequence in MySQL it is not supported guys because it is a sequence, you know now. sequence automatically pi may generated 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, you have to subscribe to our channel. One subscribe is enough to get more videos. Why we need, tell me in the comment box why we need the generation type sequence. It eliminates the need to manually assign the primary key values, unique ID, database sequence object. In interview, they will ask what is the difference between generation.identity and generation.sequence. You have to make it very clearly. Generation.identity we use in every database, but in generation type sequence, it is a database sequence. In you can see in the operator SQL developer and the PostgreSQL. They are provided to insert the data. Here you can Oracle PostgreSQL DB2. They use MySQL data. That means generation type sequence only. Here you can see it. They will insert in 1, 2, 3 like this. Why we use better performance, reduced database on tips, more control on ID generation. How to we use create a sequence in database? Okay, here you can Hibernate will internally do this. No need to fear. Use the entity, use the repository. When to use when the data support to sequence, when the application requires high performance and scalability, when we want to avoid ID generation bottleneck like auto identity in iLoad. And how it will work. Hibernate application and it will go to the next value from sequence database sequence and it will return next value sequence value. Hibernate call the sequence to the next value and it will automatically generate and you can know in real world application who can know you can use this e-commerce banking and application report audit. Now I will make it is very clearly and I provide the notes also you can use it. Student data. Hibernate will create one more data, one more table also. Here you can remember, you can see saved the data, what happened internally, how it works. I provide full information in this. Okay, we have to understand this example. It is very important. Entity ID, generated value, strategy, generation type sequence, generated HCQ, sequence one more annotation, sequence generated, name, sequence generated name, okay, allocation size, ID, marks the field as primary key of the entity, indicate that the primary value will be generated automatically, okay, specifies which generation type strategy should be used to generate primary key value, generate. It is optional, guys, totally, but it is very important. Third type, sequence generator. Generation type sequence to configure the database sequence. Name, logical generated name if in the generated attribute of generated value, and the default value is 50. And default is 50, you can give it anything, but default is 50 only. Look, you can understand the allocation size. Specifies how many sequence values are allocated or kept in memory by a persisting provider at a time. Okay, here you can see. I tell MySQL also used, but Hibernate is create extra table how many values are stored in the database. Suppose if you store 2% data, allocation size 5, 1 2 data is filled. Don't worry, I will make it clearly. The video. Here we have to write a code of a generated sequence. Before I recorded a video and it is deleted. Unfortunately, don't worry. I already have a code, but this you cannot understand. And again, I will explain. Don't worry. Okay. Generated dot sequence. I deleted this because you have to understand it properly. And and again, I will start for you. And okay, okay, let's open into the. Now I am opening the my code. Okay, into one HTML generative ID and detail sequence. Okay, now let's create uh, another model and repository and my app. And okay, I want model. I want to create a high student class. Before that, I want to adopt these two tables, ID underscore sequence and student, because it is already existed. Okay, ID underscore student. Okay. Now I am dropping these two tables. Okay, the two tables are gone, but the underscore ID is still remains. Okay, I think it is spelling is wrong. Okay. The data is wrong. Okay, okay. The table is gone. ID underscore sequence. Okay, now I am creating ID. First, we have to make it as entity. After we have to make it as what I mean it is logs constructed logs constructed in the data. After I want to generate a table. Okay, category sequence dot generate and I want a name it is sequence one. After I want the sequence generate it is a name, it is Hibernate given. Okay, Okay, I will make it as allocation size 1, private long. See, it is all the student class, and it is a repository interface, public interface, student repository, standard JPA repository, and we have to make it as component. It is automatically generated object of auto void. It create a void private, and we are saving the data. Suppose if you want to save all the data, it will save it. Don't worry, I will provide you the full notes in the document. You can refer it and the JPA. And here we have to add the application properties. Then I am dropping the tables. Here I drop to the tables. And again, Hibernate will create it. To insert segment, Hibernate is creating the ID underscore sequence table and create table student. Okay. See guys, it is the data is automatically inserted in the ID underscore sequence third. One two are inserted and the third is inserted. Here I got the third. Why? Because I gave it as allocation size 1. You can give it any type, any size. Okay. Don't forget subscribe our channel. You can get more videos from this. Thank you.